Hello everyone, this is part 3 of What If Naruto Had the Ninetails and the Shinigami sealed inside him, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Naruto woke up and felt a sharp pain from the fight yesterday. He looked over to find Yoroiki sitting by the window in her cat form. Naruto got up and put his Soul Reaper clothes on, looking out the window, thinking on how he was practically invisible except for a few people. Tanzaku town is a few miles from here, so we should get started. Yoroiki stated, looking out into the horizon of the village. Yoroiki, why can't everyone see Soul Reapers? Naruto asked, since he has been pondering that for a while. Well, Soul Reapers are also called Shinigami, which are death gods. We can't be seen by humans because to them we don't exist. They can't even see hollows. Only a few with a certain amount of Ryatsu can see us like we are. Yoroiki explained. Us. I am a Soul Reaper too technically. I used to be captain of the second squad. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I best we should get going, right? Right. Yoroiki jumped onto Naruto's shoulder as the boy put his sword on his sash and walked out of the apartment. He began to walk to the gate and eventually left the village and headed for Tanzaku town. After a few minutes of walking, Naruto felt a presence behind him and he quickly unsheathed his sword and pointed his blade at the stranger's end. Those are some fancy clothes you're wearing, boy. The man said. Who are you and why are you following me? Naruto asked. Me. Follow you. Ha. I am the great Jiraiya, I follow no one. The man said, thinking a bit too full of himself. Jiraiya. Weird name. Wah. It's not weird, it's the name of the one and only Toad Sage. And did you ever think the reason I was walking the same path as you was because I was headed toward the same place? Tanzaku town. The one and only, I'm looking for someone. Who? The future 5th Hokage. 5th? What happened to the 3rd? You don't know. He SD. Naruto froze, and when he did, Jiraiya lowered his sword and the whisked Shinigami sheathed his sword and took a moment to take this in. Old man, Naruto thought the thought back to when he got back to Konoha and saw that black prism. Thinking that he got ked there. Who ked him? Orochimaru. Orochimaru, who's that? Do you know anything, boy? He is one of the legendary Sannin. Me too. There is me, him, and Tsunade, the future 5th Hokage. Say, it gets sort of lonely on this trail and you seem like a fine young man, maybe we could travel together. Jiraiya asked. Naruto turned at an angle so only him and Yoroiki could hear each other. Naruto then asked, can we trust him? He's a Konoha ninja from what I've heard, so yes. Yoroiki whispered and Naruto nodded, then turned back to the wild-haired ninja. Sure. Say, what's your name, kid? Jiraiya asked, putting his hand out. Naruto Uzumaki, he said and shook his hand, and they started to walk down a trail towards Tanzaku town. Naruto Uzumaki, you're the one with the QB sealed inside him, am I correct? Yeah. Aren't you a Konoha ninja? I was. Wait, how can you see me? Well, you're a person, I have the ability to see people. No, I'm not a person, I am a Soul Reaper, if you know what that is. Well, I've traveled around the world and I've heard about the whole myth of Soul Reapers and Hollows, never believed it though. Well, it's true, see, I used to be a Konoha ninja. See these clothes? It's a Soul Reaper uniform and this sword is my Zanpakuto. So the legends are true, a bit far-fetched, but I'll take your word for it. Though a sword won't get you through all the messes in the real world. You have chakra in you and you need to be able to use it. Yeah. To tell you the truth, I haven't used chakra in months. Well, when we get to Tanzaku town or near it, I can refresh you in chakra stuff and teach you a new technique. Really? Well, we just met and already you're offering all this stuff. Naruto said, laughing a bit, putting his hand behind his head. Well, I'm feeling generous today. Jiraiya said, although that was a lie and that he felt a special friendship connection between the two, he could just feel it. Naruto and Jiraiya continued their talk on random stuff that fit the mood of the walk. Naruto found out Jiraiya's perviness when two ladies walked by and he hit him on the head. They got close to Tanzaku town and the two stopped and Jiraiya began slamming Naruto with drills with clones and tree running and even water walking, which was completely new to him, so Jiraiya had to teach him that. Jiraiya gave Naruto an water balloon and started to explain the new technique that he was going to teach him. Now this technique is called the Rasengan. It is a technique that focuses your chakra in a spiral-like motion, making an orb of chakra, you could say. It's very devastating and I think a guy like you can handle it. I would have to ask your cat to sort of jump off your shoulder. Jiraiya said and Yoroiki leaped off. Now, try and focus your chakra on the balloon, making it go in a motion and well make it burst. It's hard to explain, so let me show you. Jiraiya got a water balloon and then concentrated telling him the steps as he did them. The balloon then popped. Naruto nodded and began to start on the balloon, having it only wiggle a bit. They continued to walk as Naruto tried making the water balloon burst. It took him 24 tries until it finally burst. The next step was the same thing but with a rubber ball. Naruto started to try that again, and once it reached nightfall, Naruto's hands were sore from all the training. They decided to just make a makeshift camp and lay down for the night, with Yoroiki resting on top of Naruto's stomach. Once they woke up, it took Naruto 30 more tries to actually get the rubber ball to come close to bursting, but all it did was deflate. It took him 5 hours as they walked to finally burst it. Naruto was so excited Jiraiya thought he would pee his pants. They then moved to the final step, and this was when they were right in front of Tanzaku town. Naruto put his other hand above the other and started to rotate the chakra just like he did with the rubber ball and water balloon. The chakra orb then appeared and Naruto thrusted it into a tree, making a medium-sized hole, good for a beginner. The two walked into Tanzaku town, checking out some of the stores and having a good time while forgetting their reason for coming here. Well, I guess this is goodbye, Jiraiya said, looking at Naruto. Well, maybe I could come with you and help you find the fifth Hokage. I'm a leaf ninja and the person I could meet can wait, Naruto said while Yoroiki turned her head. What? Don't you want to learn the name of your Zanpakuto? We have more important stuff to do, Naruto. Yoroiki whispered to him. Just trust me, I know what I'm doing, Naruto whispered back. I don't see why not. Come on, let's start looking, Jiraiya said as the two walked off to search for Tsunade. They searched every store and asked almost every person to find out where Tsunade was. They reached a gambling spot where one person finally recognized the picture Jiraiya had of her. He said that she just left the town and was headed to an old temple-like thing east of Tanzaku. Jiraiya thanked the man and the two walked out. Naruto saw that the man who Jiraiya talked to had no idea that Naruto was there. It was an odd feeling to be invisible, but for some reason Naruto liked it. They left the town after grabbing a bite to eat and went to the temple and heard a loud rumble and a crash. What the? Oh man, that can't be good. Naruto, let's go, Jiraiya said and ran toward the source of the place. Naruto and Jiraiya rushed toward the source of the sound to find the woman they've been looking for, but some others they were not. After one of the people saw Jiraiya and Naruto, the two disappeared and Tsunade turned around to see one of her fellow Sannin. Naruto froze for a bit and shaked looking at the two. What a weird Ryatsu, Naruto said to himself. Jiraiya, what are you doing here? Tsunade asked. Following you. I need to talk to you about something. How about we do that over lunch? Jiraiya replied out of asked. Oh cool, lunch, I'm starving, Naruto said. Who's the brat? Tsunade asked, seeing Naruto's angry expression. A student, and a soul reaper. Ah, hope he's better than the last, Tsunade said. Naruto, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Tsunade's assistant Shizune all walked toward a local restaurant at Tanzaku town. Naruto stayed silent as he slowly ate his food, then he heard Jiraiya ask Tsunade something. Tsunade, Konoha is in big trouble with the third's death, and no one else is really fit for the job around there, so I was wondering if you would be able to take the position, Jiraiya asked as the two looked each other in the eye. Hokage, me, please, who would want that job? Tsunade said, laughing to herself. What? That is a very important job, don't shrug it off like some feather, Naruto said, making a scene as he stood up. Listen brat, I could care less on who is Hokage, just as long as it isn't me, Tsunade said with a smile. You be. What did you say? How about you put your money where your mouth is, little man? Fine. Tsunade then walked outside. Shizune, Jiraiya, and Naruto followed. Tsunade and Naruto stood a few feet from each other and Naruto pulled out his unnamed Zanpakuto. He then charged and attempted to S at Tsunade, who basically blocked the sword with a finger touching the smooth part. She then hook-kicked Naruto and punched him into a rundown stall. After a few minutes there was some swift hand movements by Naruto and the smoke then immediately cleared and Naruto formed a Rasengan. Naruto charged at Tsunade and attempted to thrust the Rasengan into Tsunade. The busty Sannin elbowed Naruto into the ground and made his Rasengan hit the ground, making a large crater-like thing. "You taught him the Rasengan?" Tsunade asked, looking at Jiraiya, who basically put his hand behind his head. XXX. Sasuke walked through the crowds of Konoha thinking back at what had happened the past week with the return of Naruto and all. Sasuke used to be the one with all the tricks and all, but he started to get jealous once he saw Naruto and what he could do. It made him feel weak and he had to get stronger to beat Itachi. "I sense jealousy in you, Sasuke." "What the?" Sasuke said and appeared in his subconscious seeing Orochimaru stand in front of him. "You wish to become stronger than your former partner Naruto, am I correct?" Orochimaru asked. "Yes, but what does that have to do with Naruto? He isn't that strong." Sasuke said, denying his thoughts. "Please, you're jealous of him, I know it, you wish to become stronger than him to kill Itachi." "I can help," Orochimaru said with a grin. "How?" "In order to be stronger than him and surpass him completely you must kill him, and I have a way to lure you and Naruto to a private spot where you can fight to the death." "How?" XXX. 2 days have passed and Naruto and Tsunade still had a rocky friendship but seemed to get better. Naruto began to think of her as the mother he never had, but sometimes though of her as the devil. Shizune got a worried look on her face the whole day and then they disappeared. Shizune stayed back and secretly told Jiraiya and Naruto the deal Orochimaru proposed to Tsunade. Immediately Jiraiya switched to a serious phase and him, Naruto, and Shizune rushed to Tsunade and Orochimaru's healing place and interrupted the healing process which hasn't taken place yet. Well, seems like the gang's all here," Orochimaru said, looking at Naruto with interest in his Soul Reaper attire. "Save the small talk, I'm not letting you get those hands moving again, you need that as a reminder of your wrongdoing, Orochimaru," Jiraiya shouted. "I see, so that's how it's going to be. Kabuto, take care of the boy, I'll deal with these two," Orochimaru said as Kabuto nodded and had his hands have chakra knife-like shapes around them. The 3 Sannin dashed off and Kabuto quickly helped Orochimaru summon Manda, which was a snake, as Tsunade summoned Katsuya the slug and Jiraiya summoned Gamambunta the toad chief. Kabuto focused his attention towards Naruto, who had already got in a fighting stance with his sword. Naruto charged up to Kabuto and began to slash at him, trying to be as accurate as he could. Kabuto used the chakra knives around his hands like actual swords and simply parried his attacks. Kabuto then lightly poked his chest, which didn't do anything to Naruto, and he simply kicked Kabuto back and lunged towards him. Kabuto caught the sword, then thrusted his palm towards Naruto and made him fly back a bit. Naruto got in a deep stance and the two started slashing at each other and parrying. The two were fighting like master swordsmen and eventually Naruto made 15 clones to attack Kabuto. Kabuto simply slashed at each one, making each one disappear. Kabuto then charged at the real one and they clashed. Naruto noticed that his sword slowly seeped into the chakra knife. Naruto then made a clone that formed a Rasengan, and after it got charged up, Naruto spun his sword around while thrusting his hand at Kabuto's stomach. Kabuto jumped back, but when the sword spun it cut off Kabuto's hand. At the time Tsunade's summon got squeezed into millions of little slugs, and one of the slugs went to Shizune as Tsunade dove down towards Naruto to check up on him. Kabuto held onto his hand and was about to kneel down, and Tsunade rushed up towards him and punched him square in the nose, making him fly off and into a rock, unconscious of course. "Good job, Tsunade," Naruto said, looking up at her. "You too, I haven't seen many who mastered the Rasengan in a short amount of time," Tsunade said, looking over at Naruto, then got a shocked expression on her face. Naruto staggered and his heart stopped abruptly and he fell down. Tsunade rushed towards him and heard his heart slowly beat. Tsunade opened his Soul Reaper tunic and tried to heal him, but to no avail. It was hopeless for the time. Tsunade healed him, but it was undecided if he would make it or not. She took off her lace and put it on Naruto. She remembered how much Hokage meant to him and realized that she had crushed the Hokage's name. She was ashamed for it and decided that she would take up the 5th Hokage TLE. Even though this boy was a Soul Reaper, Jiraiya told her he was still a leaf ninja and he would be treated as such, so he had as good as a chance of becoming Hokage as anyone else in Konoha. She ordered Shizune and a small slug version of Katsuya to take him to a safe area around here and look over him while she went to help Jiraiya. Naruto woke up, but he wasn't in the same place he was in before. He was in this chamber out of labyrinth and in front of a sealed cage where he felt the presence of a demon lay in the cage. He walked near it and instead of some big demon he saw a boy about his age stand in the middle of the cage. The boy told him to come closer and with a hinted distortion in his voice. Naruto went into the gate and was a few feet from the boy when he noticed the boy was almost exactly like him. His tunic had a reverse color scheme and he had a black blade with an orange hilt and blue diamond-like things. The Naruto look-alike had white skin and white hair and yellow eyes. Hello, I am your inner hollow, and I have brought you here for one reason and one reason only, to take over your body. He said laughing. What? Why? Naruto asked, unsheathing his sword immediately. Well, you see, you're not really doing a good job being, you, I mean you hardly beat the foes you fought and that's just by luck, and I had to help you for each fight so it's time I took over. In a hollow, wait you're a hollow, how are you in Miyame? Wizard, a soul reaper with hollow powers and I'm the source, your other source of power is the damned fox that gave me so much trouble, but at last I took over from the power and with that I will kill you and take over what is rightfully mine and that is, you. If you think I'm gonna let you take me over you're wrong. The two looked at each other and both took in the same stance. They stared at each other boldly and rushed towards each other with their swords held close to their sides. Naruto and his other self continued to slash madly at each other but no attack LDNEF. Naruto's inner hollow then swept his feet secretly and threw him out of the cage, then jumped and spin-kicked him into one of the walls in this dark chamber. There was 3 feet of water in this area and it was murky as muddy water of course. Naruto face planted into the water and then began to crawl off. His inner self grinned and began to rapidly the ground, piercing Naruto in the back. Naruto made 3 clones that attacked him and made him fall into the water. Naruto quickly got up and espered his inner hollow in the stomach after the clones disappeared. Nice move, too bad it was all in vain. Naruto's inner hollow said as he grabbed the blade and it started to go black. Shizune continued to look over Naruto and saw that a white substance formed over his face, on his chest and on his right arm. She saw his eyes opening with a striking bright yellow as the white hand grabbed her face as the arm pulsed with black flames spiraling around it and having a muscle feature. The arm then flinged her across the ground making her go unconscious. Jiraiya and Tsunade directed their attention towards the changing Naruto, giving Orochimaru and Kabuto plenty of time to escape, and they did. Jiraiya hopped on the chief toad Gamabunta and attempted to stomp on him, but when Gamabunta began to plummet over Naruto he seemed to stop and was flung over near Shizune's area and Gamabunta immediately disappeared making Jiraiya slam into the ground. What in the world? Jiraiya said to himself as he slowly stood up seeing Tsunade attempt to punch him as the two began exchanging punches having the white substance slowly take over his body. What are you doing? Naruto said as his sword began to crumble. What will you do now, Naruto? Naruto's hollow shouted as he got up and punched Naruto into one of the hallways. Naruto slowly got up and was elbowed into the wall then roundhoused down the hallway a bit. Naruto then made a clone that began to form his Rasengan form him, he then saw his hollow form do the same, but the Rasengan was black. What? You know Rasengan? Naruto exclaimed as his hollow form chuckled. Of course, we're practically the same person, I learned it when you did. Naruto's hollow said and laughed louder. Naruto dashed towards his inner hollow and they clashed Rasengans with fierce black and blue energy shooting out of the clash damaging the whole hallway. The Rasengans then faded away and Naruto punched his hollow back and began to send a swift combo of punches and at random times, kicks to his hollow. His hollow then responded with a punch to the gut and palm thrusting him up into the air then sending a blast of chakra at Naruto making him slam into the wall and falling into the water. Your fate is sealed, Naruto. His hollow said and raised his hand as he jumped in front of the cage and the water rushed back to him like it would during a tsunami. Naruto looked at it and slowly got up and ran toward it, trying hard to concentrate his chakra to his feet as the water was slammed into him. Naruto jumped over it and walked on the water then punched his hollow. His hollow side-stepped and grabbed Naruto's wrist and swinged him to the middle bar on the cage that has the seal on it. His inner hollow immediately threw his black version of Naruto's Zanpakuto at Naruto, which struck his chest. Naruto then hanged there motionless for the moment. Tsunade continued to go toe-to-toe with the hollowed Naruto. This white substance had covered Naruto's legs and both arms and half of his chest. His mask got chipped a bit as well. Naruto punched Tsunade back, which sent her flying backwards as the hollowed Naruto appeared behind her and kneed her in the spinal cord and threw her at Jiraiya. Jiraiya hopped over Tsunade and then made a Rasengan dash towards hollow Naruto and thrusted the Rasengan in Naruto's chest. The white substance got chipped a bit, but Naruto immediately grabbed Jiraiya's en and began choking him, then slammed him into the ground hard enough to make the ground shake and having a silhouette of Jiraiya when he hit the ground. Naruto then turned, looking at Tsunade and lifted his hand, having a red ball of energy come from his palm. Naruto looked up, seeing the sword in his chest as he grabbed it and closed his eyes. It then turned back to its original blade color and crumbled just like the last one. The Kyuubi then appeared back in the cage and looked directly at Naruto's inner hollow. Then had red chakra swarm Naruto's inner hollow and began to crush him. You might have won this time, Naruto, but if you F up again, I'll be back to take this body over. I promise you that, Naruto's inner hollow said before it disappeared. The white substance cracked and immediately disappeared, but the mask was still on Naruto. The Shinigami then fell to the ground, his mask cracking as Tsunade was there healing Jiraiya. She rolled Naruto over to see if the end lace was still on him. She then smiled and picked him up, and Jiraiya picked Shizune up. We should get back to Konoha. I have to do my job as Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, Tsunade said and smiled as the two walked off. 3 days later, Naruto was laying in his bed, his injuries healed as he visited Tsunade to talk a bit, and visited Jiraiya for some chakra training. He also began talking to Sakura more, who was still very thankful for saving her life in the forest. Sasuke had shown Naruto some recognition as they talked very briefly. Yoroiki walked up to Naruto as he put his Soul Reaper clothes on. We got to go back to Tanzaku town now, and don't give me any buts because you know why. Yoroiki said, and Naruto nodded as the two quickly ran toward Tanzaku town. They finally met up with Urahara, who was the owner of the shop and a former captain in the Soul Society. The three talked briefly. Yoroiki then went into the bathroom with some orange clothes and some pants. Why does she need clothes? Naruto asked. Because in her true form she's nude, Urahara said with his fan over his face. Yoroiki then got out of the bathroom in her true form with her purple-like hair and dark skin and yellow eyes. Naruto stared a bit at her and wondered about the whole cat thing and the now girl thing. Well, back to business. Urahara, I need you to train Naruto enough so that he can learn his Zanpakuto's name. Only you can do it and he needs your help. Yoroiki said. Well, I'll do it, but only because you asked me. It seems I'll be pretty busy. Thanks a lot, Urahara said, having a low disappointed voice at the last part. Well, come on. Naruto, was it? Urahara asked, pausing a bit for Naruto's response, which was a nod. Let's go to the secret training place. They went into a secret area a couple 100 feet below the shop and basically a world of its own. It had a rocky terrain and thousands of swords for some reason Naruto did not know. Urahara and Naruto began to train for days as Yoroiki watched. I'm not putting this into detail since I don't want you guys to know the Shikai me so bad 3. XXX. Meanwhile, back in Konoha, Sasuke's jealousy of Naruto continued to grow. Sasuke went into the forest and looked at the area of Gaara and Naruto's fight. Orochimaru then appeared behind him, but Sasuke did not attack since he knew who it was. So, what's the plan? Sasuke said. Well, in 1 month I will assemble the Sound Four to pretend and KU. Naruto will inevitably follow you. You must lead him here. Orochimaru said, pausing to give Sasuke a map on where to take him. He then continued. The Sound Four will take care of his friends long enough for them not to know Naruto's death. They'll just think he went back to the Soul Society. Don't take him for granted though, he is strong and you must be prepared. I've learned how to sense Ryatsu and I sense that you have an unusual amount for a human. I've carried this sword around. Since he uses swords you should be ready to have one as well. Orochimaru said, handing Sasuke Kusanagi. Excellent, Sasuke said, then smiled. Orochimaru began to train Sasuke on using a sword and how to control his curse mark. Oddly, Sasuke held no anger towards Orochimaru for giving him this, as they were doing that Naruto and Urahara was training in Kido and swordplay. Naruto learned a few more spells and got even closer to finding out his Zanpakuto's name. So he's training with Urahara. He might even be a challenge. What with him taking his hollow over, he'll be a delectable soul reaper when the time comes, Tsunade said, licking her lips while looking at a tracker. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.